Day 116, road to a million. Today it was good. I just ended up recording five-ish or so, I would say, episodes for my anime channel. I'm just talking now. Like, that's really all it is. I'm not doing any fancy edits or anything like that. I just have a screen on. I just have like the screen up, and then I just kind of talk, and I'm just like, you know what? That's just what I like to do. I prefer that more than all these like fancy edits and all these other things, because sometimes, like, for me personally, like the content that I like I'll watch some entertaining stuff. And I watch entertaining stuff, that's when there's like lots of cuts and edits and all this other stuff. But for the most part, like the type of content, I don't know. I mean, I do. The type of content that I watch and enjoy is quite literally just somebody doing this, like talking like this, or like somebody reading a book or something like that. Like, and when I am watching like other videos that do have like lots of edits and fancy stuff or whatever it is, like I'm more just like listening to it. I'm not really even paying attention to like the edits on screen. The only time I watch like full on edits is when I am like watching a TV show or something like that, or it's entertaining content. That's typically the only time. But any educational stuff, which is more of the things that I like to create and consume, is more just talking. So that's why I was like, I'll just do that for the anime channel, see if that works for the niche. We'll see how it looks at the end of this year. Yeah, we'll see. And then ended up like I shaved. Yeah, shaved. Got the stash back. It was about a month. I did no shave November, and I know this comes out April 23rd. But yeah, I like to. I wanted to see if I could continue doing this without talking to anybody, without having any sort of like validation in a sense, like validation of being like, oh, okay, I got 4 views, 5 views, whatever it may be. Whereas this is just like, there's already all these 115, 116 episodes recorded at this point in time, and hasn't been shared, hasn't been talked to, nobody's witnessed it, and it's just, I just do it every single day because it's just part of who I am. And I like doing these little review sessions at the end of the day to kind of gain some clarity for one, and just kind of help me work through and also look back and be like, okay, this is where I was at this specific time in my life. And then I can show my kids like, hey, this is what dad was doing. And I can even show my girl like, hey, these were the things that like I was going through along with maybe other people online. I just wanted to do something that felt more genuine and authentic to myself. So that's why I figured I'd create these videos. And I did a lot of I was out late last night, as you guys could tell. I think I got back at like 12:30 or 1 or something like that. And I ended up waking up at 5, so got like 4 hours of sleep. Tried to fall back asleep this morning on the couch. Kind of worked, kind of didn't work. And then when I did my coaching session, I didn't have, I guess, the full mental preparation that I wanted to before getting started out on that. So like I think I was riding around a couple of like, I was going to a couple of places that I probably didn't, like I wasn't revealing as much as I needed to reveal, I think. But I was also like learning experience, like, okay, when I have my coaching the next day, don't stay out all night like doing this type of thing. And then tomorrow, getting coffee with a dude that I met on campus, along with getting dinner with a friend, colleague, possibly potential client of mine as well later tomorrow night, which will be exciting. And I was asked this question today. Like, because the first session that I did for coaching, she's like, you felt guilty for monetizing your content. And I was like, I did. I did feel guilty. And then I started to think about that today. It's like, well, I'm providing a service. I am providing a solution to somebody. And people typically provide, like, pay funds in exchange for the service, for the solution that they're looking for. So I wanted to do the same thing. And that's why, like, I do charge for my coaching. I do charge. Like, I want to make a living as well. I want to be able to be creative. I want to be able to be my own boss, and that's what I'm doing right now. That's why I make these videos every single day. I put in the work. I do what I want to do. I do what's required. I used to do like, oh, I should do this or I should do that. And when I was asking myself that, like, okay, what do I want to do today? I was thinking about that. I was like, well, part of me like wants to just sit down and watch TV, but it's like that's not what I wanted to do. I went on a run. This was the first time I ran for 45 minutes without taking any breaks, which was crazy. Like, I'm incredibly proud of myself for doing something like that. And then I ended up going to the gym, doing some legs, sitting in the sauna, chatting with some people. I enjoyed that. The girl that I've been talking with, like, she's out at a wedding this weekend, and yeah, I really enjoy what's happening right now. And it was all because I decided to take that first step, that first leap, that first jump, and be like, you know what? I'm going to put my back against the wall. I got nothing else to lose right now. I might as well try. I can always go back to working another job, which I don't ever want to have to go back to working a normal standard job. So if I'll post these videos, I'll do these videos. I know I only said for a year, but I'm like, I'll do these videos every single day for the rest of my life. Because I have a feeling other people think about these things or possibly maybe are interested in what I do. I'm interested in what I do. So that's why I just kind of talk to myself and look at these videos, because if I want to go back and I want to rewatch these, then awesome. If not, it's just a good way for me to get my thoughts and ideas out. And then I can go back, because I didn't think that like when I first started journaling, I didn't think about the whole journey aspect and oh, hey, this is going to be good for me later. And then a couple months ago, I was looking at some of my journals and it was telling me about weightlifting and how I don't do more weight than your body can handle. And this is when I was getting up into the 4s, 5s, and 3s on bench, deadlifts, and squats. And that's when I was be cautious because you don't want something to break. And I was like, okay, that was the turning point. So that's why I do these videos, because I want to be able to look back and be like, okay, this is where I was at when I was 27 and then 28, 29, 30, so on and so forth. And just kind of be able to look back and see my evolution as a person, as a human, spiritual being as well. So I'm excited to see that. And I figure if I'm sharing these, other people are probably listening. I still have no idea. But otherwise, I like doing it. And I'd have to say that's probably the biggest take on things while in life. Because I was talking with this couple, these two people in the sauna, I should say, today. And she was like, oh, I want to dye my hair brown or black or something like that. And she's like, I feel like it gets me washed out. And the dude was like, what do you mean? And it's just all these other people say that it washes me out. And that's when I jumped and I was like, why does it matter what other people think? She's like, yeah, that's right. That is true. And she's like, yeah, my mom just says it makes me look fatter or something like that. I'm like, who the fuck cares what your mom says? You live your life. You live the life that you want to live, because you only get one. And why live for somebody else when you can live for yourself?